News Radio 700 WLW.
Joining us right now, we've tracked him down, is the one, the only Jay Young here. So I guess tell us what are things going to look like here for this Memorial Day weekend? As we described, a lot of folks around the country getting out on the road and traveling this weekend.
Yeah, they are. And the more people that get out and travel, the more gasoline they're going to consume. And when they do that and we don't have as much, the price goes up, right? Supply and demand, that's what's going to happen this weekend. There's a lot of people that's going to go out, and I think they're going further. I think instead of just, going to Aunt Mary's house, I think they're going to Aunt Mary and Uncle Bill and maybe Grandma and Granddad. People are traveling more this weekend than they have in decades. Therefore, they're going to consume a lot of gasoline, and when they do that, you're going to see prices go up. So hurry today. Don't wait until after work. Leave work right now. You have my authorization. Just leave work right now. Don't tell your boss you're leaving. Just leave. Go fill it up because it's going to be more expensive in the next couple of days. And I'm just kidding. About that. I don't need a lot of pushback.
Right.
A lot of pushback.
I'm going to plug my ears at your answer here, but it seems like we're dangerously getting back close to $4 a gallon and trending that way. Is that what's going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, I can see it. I really can. I mean, there's a lot of disruptions. It only takes a little bit more of a disruption overseas, with the anti-Semitics and all the things going on, and there's just so many different wars that are really close to just going off. And when they do, it's going to really push gasoline prices up. And we're drilling less today than we were, and there's a lot more oil in the markets, but that decline is going to come in. And let's make sure we understand this. When an oil well goes online, it's going to come online, especially the unconventional fracking and all that. Those wells decline like 65% the first year. Okay, so they may come on 1,000 barrels a day. They maybe get 350 barrels a day by the end of the year. 1 year, they went from 1,000 to 350, which is huge. Because when we have production rates where they are today, and they're going to go down in 6 months or a year, and we're not replacing that oil with new rigs and new drilling, so we're going to see a shortage going into, the 3 months, 6 months into the year. And then if we have, we could see some really crazy prices. And talking about plugging your ears, man, let's don't even think about that. What could happen by the end of this year with a little bit of disruption, but it's also going to happen already because of supply and demand. We're supplying less, and our demand's continuing to increase.
There you go. Jason's good friend Joe Biden he just released today 1 million barrels of gas from I guess there's a couple storage sites in the upper northeast there. So 1 million barrels. Is that going to have any dent at all, Jay?
No, I guess he's trying to make himself look good or feel better. I don't know, but we need 20 million. He released 150 million during the elections, right? So he released all that in the strategic reserve battle. And we use 20 million barrels a day. We're only producing 13. So there's already a big discrepancy there. 20 million. We need 20 million barrels a day. 1 million of that will, may do a little bit of hint for a day or two, but other than that, we're back to normal. And he wants to, he's not doing our strategic reserves. If you want the oil and gas price to go up, you need to vote for Biden. If you want gasoline to be at $4 or $5, you need to get him in the polls right now. Vote early. Vote for him, because that's what's going to happen. He's not
get your mail-in ballot.
Allowing us to drill the United. What's that?
Get your mail-in ballot now.
Yeah, hey, mail it in. Go down there and vote. Try to get 5 or 6 votes in.
Oh, many people will be trying to do that, Jay. Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I guess is he just? The answer is he is just beholden to these environmental groups. And I guess what I've never understood is what is the difference if you're talking about the goal of a lot of the environmental psychos out there is we need to burn less coal, we need to burn less oil. We need to be less reliant on fossil fuels for the betterment of our entire Earth, right? So what he does is stops the drilling in America, but then gets the oil from, Russia, Venezuela, all these other places. It's still coming out of the Earth. It's just not someone in the United States doing it. So does that make people feel better about the situation? They're still pulling it out of the ground. Yeah. It's just happening over there instead of over there. I don't get it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're exactly right. Environmentalists, they just want the oil to be in the ground in the United States so it doesn't come up and do something. I don't know, or do whatever it does. Or they may drive cars. They drive cars. They have tires on their cars. I mean, they use oil lock, stock, and barrel. Everybody does. But they don't want to see big changes, and they want that oil to be in the ground, and that's just their take on it. I mean, they could be paid, paid people that strike, or whatever the case. They don't want the oil to come out of the ground. They want it to stay there. That's their stance. They want electric cars. They don't. It's just so far above, and it's going to take so much longer for us to be able to do things like that. You just can't do it overnight. And that's why we need a lot more oil in the United States. Demand will continue to increase for the next 10, 15 years. I mean, it's going to the demand. What I mean by that is we need more oil in the United States every year than we did the previous year. Oil demand, right?
Yep.
Peak demand for oil is 10 to 15. So that means we're going to need a lot more oil in the United States. And if we don't produce it, what's going to happen? If we don't go back to drill, baby, drill, the price is going to continue to go up. So, hey, if you think there's a lot of different controversy with Trump and Stormy and Biden, and just think about you want gasoline prices at this or that. That's how you vote this year. You want the price to be down, or do you want the price to be up? You want everybody to go back to work in the oil field? I mean, there's so many different things about voting this year. I don't.
Yeah, it's a fairly big election. I've heard coming up. Yeah.
And along those same lines of oil going up, can you help just generally understand this, that when there's a war in the Middle East, like what does that do? Like it just basically you can't get tankers in and out because they're in the firing line, or
exactly. Well, the problem is in the United States that we produce 13 million barrels a day. I mean, and this is what George Bush said in his 2006 State of the Union address. He said, we have an addiction to oil. I mean, it's not like, no, we have to have it. I mean, it's like we have to have oil because we like to drive. We like to have nice roads. Yep. We like plastics. We like oil. So we need this oil. And we need 20 million barrels a day in the United States. And so we're having to get, matter of fact, we produce 13, but we export 3, so we only produce 10 million barrels of oil a day in the United States that we need, which means that we have to get 10 million from other countries, right? Canada, Mexico, a lot of it comes from Iran, Iraq, I mean, all those other countries, Russia. So well, we're not buying any more Russian oil, I don't think. Maybe, I don't know. I don't see the tickets, so I don't know for sure. But any disruption, what happens is they cut off oil. There's canals that go crazy. They don't let oil go out. And when that happens, it disrupts it. So when we need 20 million barrels a day and we only have 19, then that price goes up, right? Mm-hmm. And we're trying to get it. We try to fill it up. That's why the strategic reserves is so important in the United States. Is so if something like that does happen, okay, we don't have to pay $10 a gallon at the pump. We go to our strategic reserves, and we can get some oil out of there. Well, Biden's killing that idea. We don't produce enough oil in the United States for us to be happy and for us to be, self-sustained. And I know at one time everybody was saying that somebody was saying, no, we're energy independent. No, we're not. We've never been energy independent. What energy independent to me means we're producing more oil in the United States than we need. And our demand. What's our demand? 20 million. How much do we produce? 13.
Yeah.
And I'm not a mathematician. I'm Rocky. I mean, you guys got your whiteboards there. You got your chalk.
We're going to crunch the numbers here. Yeah,
it'll take me a while. My old journalist math.
But
hey,
Jay,
be sure to get back to me on that.
We will.
Get back to me.
Right. Well, Jay, listen, we really appreciate you checking in with us again here. Folks want to find out more about you and what you do. Where can they go? What can they do?
Yeah, we're an oil and gas company out of Dallas, Texas, and we put together funds for people to be able to participate, accredited investors, 100% write-off, income, multiple income, streams throughout the month. And also, we look to increase the value by drilling. I wrote a book called The Upside of Oil and Gas Investing. You write in and say, I know Rocky, I will send you an autographed copy of my book, free of charge if you're accredited. And if you're one of the next 5 people, I will send out a brand new autographed copy just for you because you're accredited and you know Rocky. Okay, so I appreciate that. Our website is kingoperating.com. I guess I need to tell you where to get that book, don't I?
Yes, yeah. Okay. Probably should do that, yes.
You go to Google Upside of Oil and Gas Investing. I wrote the book. Forbes is my publisher. But also, you can go see it on kingoperating.com. Listen to it on the audio book. If you haven't had enough of my voice right now, you can listen to my audio book. I did it. It took me a while. And but I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you guys, and I love getting the message out about what people can do about investing, but also what's going to happen in the next 6 months, 12 months.
Well, you're right. It's very, very important. And Jay, listen, we really appreciate you checking in. We'll check out the book here, and hope all's well. We'll touch base again soon, my friend.
Sounds great.
Yep.
Sounds great. Y'all
Very
take
good.
care.
Yeah, thanks, you too.